everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be working on my November bullet journal layout. So for this layout, I was scrolling through Pinterest and liked kind of like the birch tree theme. So what I did is I took my ruler, my circular ruler, and made a circle with a mechanical pencil, which I will erase later. And I'm just going in with a 3-point micron marker and making some outlines for some trees, filling up that circle. And once I have those outlines down, I'm just going to add in some details to make the trees look more tree-like. And after that's all done, then I'm going to go in with a gray mild line marker and some smaller orange markers to color that in and make a nice scenery. Now that the cover page is done, it's time to move on to the monthly layout. So all I did is I used a Tombow brush marker, the color orange, and just made a thick line, which I'm going to add the days in with a 3-point micron marker. And then I'm using an 8-point micron marker to just add in the days of the month of November. And then I'm going to use a gray mild line marker and just add in some faux calligraphy for the goals and tasks for that month, which I'll fill in later, and then add in the name or the title of November. And then, like the cover page, I'm going to add in some trees, some scenery as well, and color those in just like I did on the cover, and use some stamps as well, kind of sticking with the Thanksgiving theme of being thankful in November, so I used some stamps throughout this layout as well. For my first weekly layout, I like to do this look where I use the mild line markers and make like a color block for the days. I didn't make them completely even by accident, but I like to make these rectangles sometimes, and then I will just put the day on the side of the rectangle and fill in the spaces with different illustrations. And there I'm just using a gel marker to put in the days in the bottom right corner, and then I'm picking out some different colors to add in some more fall November-y sketches. So I'm adding in some acorns and some red leaves as well. So I'm just going to keep drawing these all throughout the page so that they're peeking out from the blocks where I'll put my daily tasks and things there. And then once that's all done, I'll go ahead and add any trackers that I use as well on the bottom page. So I put in some trackers that kind of work like a bar graph. You just fill them in up to whatever line associated with whatever you're filling out. So I'm just going to add in all these acorns and add in some more details, and this will be it for the first weekly layout. For the second layout, I wanted to do something different. I know a lot of people who do bullet journal will use this type of craft paper, but I've never worked with it before. So all I did is I cut up the craft paper in different rectangular shapes, and I'm gonna glue it down with some glue walls, just like some Elmer's glue. I put it on with a paintbrush, and then I'm just going to stick it on to the page. And that did work well. Just all of my rectangles weren't exactly even, but that was fine with me. So where these rectangles are is where I'll write over top of them to put in like my daily tasks and things like that. So I put all this craft paper down, and the layout itself is just kind of like an experiment. I like to make my each weekly layout different, just to try out different styles and things that I might use in the future. So this was a test. But what I ended up doing is using some stencils with some different types of lettering, and I just went around and used those stencils for the days, putting in Monday, Tuesday, etc. And then just wrote in like how I did for the past layouts, the days, and added all of my trackers as well. said before, I like using this color block method. I haven't really seen anybody do this before, so it's kind of my own style. So I'm just adding in these gray rectangles with my mild liner marker, and after those are done, I like the acorns that I was using in the beginning, so I'm going to use those for the rest of the weekly layout. So I'm just going to add some acorns next to each box and color those in. And after those are all done, then I will just write in the numerical day for each week, for each day of this week, and then I'll add in my trackers. And at the end, I wanted to do something a little bit different, so I added in some more acorns and leaves on the side and cut off the side of the page. That way, whenever I flip the page, I don't have to draw another design. It's like I'm using the same design on both pages, so you can see them on both. So at the end of this, you get to see how I make that little cutout design. And for the last weekly layout, like I said, that design that I made, that I cut out, has now transferred over to the last page. So it looks really nice on the right side of the page here. So I'm just adding in some more rectangular blocks. And I'll do, as I've done before, adding the names in on the side with a 3-point micron marker, adding in the days with some sparkly pink gel pen, and then adding in my trackers with the micron marker as well. And then of course you always have to add in washi tape at the end, so I have some acorn washi tape that I've been using throughout this November layout, so I'm going to add in that, and some bronze kind of rose gold washi tape under that. And I used some plaids and some other different types of tape throughout this. And of course, this is the one time I get to use my Thanksgiving stamps, so I gotta add in my stamps in there as well. And I kind of layered the colors. In some of these I put in silver and green. So for the final looks, I do really love the cover and the different trees throughout this. And this page is probably my favorite, with the acorns and the leaves sticking out. And then I got to mess around a little bit with the craft paper. So overall, I do like how my November bullet journal turned out, and I hope you'll try some of these techniques in your layout.